What is good, guys? Welcome to another episode of the
Creator Show.
The Creator Show.
People have no idea. Everybody thinks that their challenge is the biggest challenge in the world.
Yeah.
They all think that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you don't know what I'm going through." Like, for real, like there's somebody out there right now going through sex trafficking, and that's happening. There's somebody right now being killed right now in this
Being
moment. They're being
tortured,
killed. They're being tortured.
And they're being strong.
And now it's like,
doing
yeah, but my
everything.
ex left me. You what? Sorry, what happened?
Get on with it.
You know, oh, I can't believe it. You know, they said this about me. Huh? It's
Perspective.
Yeah.
everything is perspective. Bigger challenges will happen for bigger people. If you're facing some big challenge out there, you're a big person. You know, the universe is saying, "Hey, I
You're
believe in
ready
you.
for this challenge.
I think you have the capacity."
Like this.
You know, so this is a blessing.
Mm.
Universe is looking at you and saying, "Hey," it always is this. Let's say, for example, a money challenge. Somebody's money challenge is, I owe 2,000 to my credit cards. They're totally depressed right now. There will be people out there right now. I don't know what to do. I can't believe it. 2,000. You know, and then Elon Musk throws a thing through his window and then loses 500 million in a day. You get what I'm saying? It's just like these things, they happen. You know, back then, before Donald Trump was doing what he's doing right now, he's in business days, he becomes a millionaire, loses all his money.
Yeah.
You know, goes bankrupt, comes back again.
Yeah.
Like those and it's like influences as well. You'll be getting more of this as well.
Yay.
Like, I don't, have you found any negative comments on your videos?
A couple. Yeah, like sometimes
in
one.
in that moment of reading it, does it kind of...
Yeah, sure, it hits me. Absolutely.
Yeah, so, well, there's more coming.
Yeah.
It's
Coming.
it's always going to be that balance thing, you know? And people stick onto that negativity so much. And it's like, look, if you are... I always say to people that, oh, but my aunt said this about me and it really upset me. You try being an influencer. It's probably the biggest thing you try. People all see the celebrity side of it. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, but if you can't deal with your aunt right now, you try to deal with 1,000 comments a day, which is coming in with hate messages. Right? I don't know if I get 1,000. I know that I get thousands of messages a day, and I'm guessing there probably will be 500 to 1,000, which is like, this is not real, you know?
Yeah.
You look so ugly, you know, what's wrong with you? Why do you look that way? Why do you dress that way? What do you know, it's everything, you know, why do you eat like that? You know, like people will just judge everything.
Yeah.
So if you can't deal with your aunt right now, you try being an influencer. I don't know if you guys seen the news on Ellen recently. Have you seen all this stuff on
No.
Ellen? No?
Something's gone down. I haven't seen
Oh.
exactly what.
But it's, you know, this is how humans are stupid. I said, this is probably the biggest quote every show. I say this once, right? You're gonna need to cut them all and put a little thing together at the end of the year. Humans are
Sri
stupid.
Akarshana thinks about
He
humans.
thinks all humans are stupid. No, humans are stupid. Humans are sheep. You know, people, because people, something went down where they said people were abusing people on the Ellen show, and some of the directors and some of the cast and some of the people behind the scenes were whatever. Suddenly, like, the whole show has gone down. Like, she's
For real?
lost the Ellen show, everything, and
No.
she's not going out in public, and everyone's attacking her. You just type Ellen and boom, all over the internet. Like, I want to put it into perspective for everybody who's listening who knows anything about this. This is a message for everybody. It's like, stop being a sheep. You don't know what happened. You don't know. Just because some bigger names had a bad experience of what happened at the show and they spoke about it, so then all stupid humans decide to follow on a sheep and oh my God, I can't believe she's so evil. She's a witch. She's this, she's that. She's part of Illuminati. She's trying to kill people. She eats babies. She's like literally whole of internet. And
Goes crazy.
I'll say this, right? This is a human being. Everybody's attacking here. Cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Like, take responsibility. Yeah. If, and this happens a lot, people who are on internet, because it's tough. You try having. You have a million people, because she reaches out so many millions of people. You try have a million people all around the world message you every single day telling you're evil, you're a witch, you kill people, you do this, you sexually abuse people, and you try having that attack you every single day, and you see how you would feel. Why would you treat anybody, why would you treat anybody like that, especially if you don't even know the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just sheep. Everybody who's on that whole thing now. Seriously, millions and millions of views and comments and everything. They're sheep. Like when I'm looking at it, I'm just like, humans.
What to do with them?
It's like, come on, were you there? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know, and you're talking. This is how stupid humans are. So I think like people need to have heart, have love. You know, who doesn't make mistakes in life? Everyone makes mistakes in life. Anybody who's listening to this can say they never made a mistake. Everyone
Yeah.
makes mistakes in life. You know, and
But
it's
their
like
mistakes
everything-
are not blown up on the internet.
Yeah,
Right.
and imagine if it was, how would you deal with it? You
Yeah.
couldn't deal with it. Now, if anything, I think we should gather a crowd up, all be, hey, give her life back. You
Bless.
know, this is such a sad story. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's why I said she should start teaching law of attraction on the pole, because
Yeah.
That
You
would
should.
work. That would work
Exactly.
so
While you're
badass.
upside down, just
Yeah.
think about it.
Just don't fall.
Doing your circles.
Yeah, because there's one particular move I can do where I'm gripped with my thighs and my head is down. So my head is like floating that much off the floor. I did a happy birthday message for a friend like that. I got Jamie to hold the camera upside down.
Yeah.
So it looks
Oh.
like I'm just like, hi.
And then you flipped it.
Yeah, and then he zoomed out and flipped it 180 and then you can see that I'm actually suspended
That's
upside
awesome.
down. So yeah, maybe I'll do that kind of thing with law of attraction.
try it. It'll go
Pole
viral.
dancing funnel.
Hey?
We ready?
Yeah.
Pole dancing funnel.
Yeah.
Click funnel.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe we do that instead of the YouTube thing.
It can just be my intro music. You just put a pole on stage and
You just
can-
run up, swing on it.
yeah, people can tune
Yeah.
in for that part or the
Next-
training.
Then if we do that for next time event, it won't go from 600 people to 300 people.
No. We'll be
Yeah,
getting
okay.
more.
So this is what's going to happen at the end.
Just have the pole
have a
on the
pole,
stage from the
that's
very
it.
beginning, and people
Yeah.
are like, "When's it going
What
to
is
get
this?
used?"
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
About 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah, love it.
I bet it's so tough
Oh,
at the start,
it
right?
is.
Because it's all core and upper body strength.
It's it
Everything,
requires
actually.
so much strength, and then
Yeah.
on top of that, it burns your skin like crazy. You know, like Chinese burn style, all the friction on your skin.
So is that just a case of
Oh.
like conditioning? You're just getting over it.
Yeah, like your
going.
nerve endings just give up after a while. Do you know what I mean? Like they really complain.
Sounds very
That's
healthy.
nice.
Well, you know,
Sounds sexy.
you would relate. Like the first time you pluck your eyebrows, it's
Oh, right,
so
right.
painful, and then after a while, your
Yeah,
nerve
yeah,
endings
yeah.
just give up.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
They're all
They're
broke.
like,
All right,
"Alright,
it's the
yeah,
same.
the pain is still
We're
gonna
not
come.
dying here. Like,
Here we go again.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So it's like that with the skin as well.
Mm.
Like this part of the skin is really sensitive, and there's a few holds where you literally hold your entire body weight by gripping that flesh on the pole.
Oh, wow.
And like first few times I did it, I'd have this huge bruise. Now I can do it, no bruise. So I don't know what the difference is apart from
They give
just-
No, you do it.
Giving
well, it's like yoga. It's the same. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I used to get bruises everywhere. And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just doesn't
better
happen.
Stand
technique
and
as
all
well,
that.
maybe as well.
Gets used to
Well,
it.
I think the nerve endings break, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pole dancing's
on.
tough. When you go upside down on here as well.
You've
when
tried it?
Clamp, yeah,
For real.
I pole dance every day.
We should both do on stage.
Guys.
So when you
Yeah,
on
that
here,
would be great.
I found this hard
The
upside
thighs.
down. This
yeah.
one is like pulling like this.
I did not know this about you.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yes.
Now Kane is
think-
thinking, which pole do you use at home?
The banister or what?
Just on the balcony.
Your house, you could put a fireman's pole from like the top floor down to
Oh,
the bottom.
yeah.
How cool would that be?
That'd be
That
cool.
would be cool. Then you'd be done
Yeah,
downstairs
from
so
your
quickly.
guys' balcony to.
To the garden
Yeah.
or
To
the
something.
garden.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe I'm going to install that in my future home. Like build the whole house around a pole from the top floor to the bottom.
That'd be cool.
And just dance your way down.
Yeah. And to get extra
morning.
workout, just
Good
climb all the way up the pole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
He's
cool.
fast asleep
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's so
totally gone.
cute.
because he wasn't from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
That's-
this morning.
Yes. I
Like,
think it was even
Having him
later.
is actually like having a
7.
baby. Like, it's like
It
feels
really
like
is, yeah. All night long, crying,
Crazy.
crying.
And then Lucy didn't hear a thing. She just
Yeah,
slept
I asked
through
her. I
all
asked her this morning. Did you hear him? It's like, oh, it's Simba crying, no? It's like, wow, he was in our ears
you know
the
we're
whole
talking
night.
about you.
Oh, it's what they say. Like when it's your own baby, it wakes you up more, right? So maybe that's
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Well, he isn't really my own baby.
You'd be amazed though. Like I
Really?
watched this. I watched this super interesting
Feels like it.
documentary about, like
Soul connection.
well,
Yeah.
about
How it's meant to
like
be.
what happens in the human brain when you first get a baby.
Mm.
Obviously, they knew that there was, you know, hormonal connections from a mother. She's literally just given birth. So what are all of the changes in her brain? But then they did tests on what changes happen in the father's brain. And then they did the test on a gay adoptive couple, 2 men. And they had the exact same, like,
Brain response.
hormonal flare-ups in terms of all of the instincts that came up, the extra anxiety and responsibility
Yeah.
in the exact same way. So it was less biological and more like a physical instinct. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if
It's
it's
crazy, isn't it?
genetically your
that
child
energy.
or not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
actually
true.
feels like
Exactly.
your child.
Yeah.
But not even just observing us, it's observing Faith.
Yes.
Faith
noticed
suddenly,
that.
she was a baby, she was a puppy the
Now
day
she's a-
before we got him.
Yeah.
The moment we picked up him, we went home, we dropped him. She doesn't do the puppy stuff anymore.
Yeah,
Like
it's
suddenly
so
she's like she needs to look after, needs to be, you know, needs
Yeah.
to be really mature around him. She doesn't
Yeah.
do the stupid things that she did the day before.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like
And her
it-
facial expressions as well.
yeah,
It's
like
Wow.
like she
Everything.
she just
She's
randomly took
matured,
on
like,
a
all-
mother role
Yeah,
when
yeah,
she's
yeah.
not the mother, you know.
She's just
She's
grown
still a
up
puppy
overnight.
as well. Yeah,
Insane,
it's
isn't it?
funny.
interesting. I say nature is everything as it is so beautiful, and humans don't allow people to be like that. They try to condition too much. Kids try
sure.
to tell them what to do, what not to do. You can't do this. You can do this. Don't try this. You know. But when you look at nature, if I look at our kids out in Kenya, you have like a 3-year-old carrying a baby, feeding the baby, making sure the baby's not playing with a knife on the ground and things like that. You know, like that's the 3-year-old looking after the baby. If you look at in our civilized, modernized countries, it's like you got 9-year-olds who still don't have a freaking clue, you know, about
How to
anything,
do
you know,
anything.
and
True.
like they need to be so looked after.
Yeah.
And even where our orphanages, we always have newborns, so we have a baby, and then they just leave the baby to just free roam, just outside, just crawl wherever you want to do. You know, if you're eating the grass, then so be it. Then do whatever you do, and they're all healthy and everything. There's nothing wrong, you know, and they know what to stay away from.
Yeah.
Natural instinct,
Of course.
a human instinct.
Of course.
And then when you see these puppies, it's like they know as well. You just let them; they know where to go. They know. They just have that sense.
Yeah.
And it's funny how humans
Interfere.
condition and interfere with that.
Yeah.
Then,
big time.
while interfering with that, with a protective mind, is disabling
Completely.
them
Yeah.
and making them feel like they are not capable by themselves because they are used to that type of
Yeah.
protection. You know.
It's quite damaging to the development.
But I guess it's tough from a parent perspective because protection is
Yeah.
obviously, you know, it's always going to be striking that balance of how
Yeah.
much do I allow and how much do I need to protect, and there will always be that
Yeah,
striking that balance.
It's a fine line. Like, I would still probably want to make sure my child didn't run out into a road. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd want to teach them of road safety.
Yeah.
There are those kind of things, but
Yeah.
then that's probably. I mean, I'm not a parent yet, but I can
Yeah.
imagine that must be one of the hardest things is to where to teach them that independence
Yeah.
and at what age to
Yeah,
allow more and more freedom of everything.
yeah.
That must be the hardest part, the transition phase.